GTII is absolutely respecting all of its key supports. Let's go ahead and validate what could be happening for the following sessions. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a GTII technicals, raw price action, and statistical thread of analysis on this happy Friday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them can consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's go ahead and dive right into the charts, you guys. So one more piece of news, you guys. So per an immense amount of demand, I am actually promoting again another 30 seats for the track number 2 for the ArcMastersCourse. Okay, you guys. So just I actually promoted this just last night in the live stream, and already 3 seats have been taken from the 30. So go ahead and send an email to me. I'll go ahead and leave it in the description below, ArcMastersCourse@gmail.com, and we'll get you enrolled and get you situated so we can get you educated, right, you guys? So please go ahead and think about that, right? So yeah, let's go ahead and dive in to the charts right here, and we're looking at GTII on the 4-hour chart right here, you guys, and you can see that we're still respecting our area of support, our bottom support from the channel, right? So a very good thing is that we're still well within, and we closed actually above the 1.618 at 174, so still within a key support. So everything is looking very good on the 4-hour chart. Okay, if I want to just go ahead and show you what we're doing around that chop zone, let me just go ahead and refer to the 3-day chart, and I will show you what that support looks like. Okay, please go ahead and notice right down here that we're still testing our triangle breakout. Okay, so upon the validation of this symmetrical triangle, then we can actually make a move to the upside. It's still looking very good. Okay, so in reference to the statistics though, we're still absolutely bullish in that case. So go ahead and notice here that we officially got the upside for the stochastic momentum on the 3-day. We said just yesterday that we were waiting for the closure yesterday so that we can see finally how much we impacted the stochastic momentum and the volatility, right, represented by this indicator BBWP. All right, so yesterday we said very likely we would continue contracting here, and very likely we would see a continuation to the upside via the momentum oscillator. Okay, so we definitely got that. We're still very much in play for that massive upside move that's been statistically backed. Please remember that this is the criteria for the backtest is any time that we've actually expanded into critical volatility within the 90 percentile and started a contraction phase towards the downside, paired with stochastic momentum pivoted towards the upside. I have taken note of taken a sample of every single iteration's duration, the upside thrust, and the amount of times that volatility versus momentum have guessed the upside correctly versus incorrectly. Okay, so as you can see here, we are contracting and we are still with an upside pivot. Okay, so let's just go ahead and look at those metrics now. All right, so out of 31 total iterations throughout the entire trading history of the GTII asset on the 3-day, we're looking at 21 iterations guessed correctly, okay, to the upside. That gives us an average upside accuracy of 67.74% with an average upside thrust of a massive 971.33% over the span of about 22.5 days. Okay, so we are definitely fired. Okay, the signal is absolutely to the upside. We're contracting right now from critical volatility. This is a statistical play, and it is definitely still in the cards. Okay, so I wanted to actually touch on some very important details here. Okay, so at the breakout price objective from this symmetrical triangle, we can actually take a trend line from the top side of the triangle all the way to the lower end of the triangle and apply it to the area of breakout, which is usually found at about 65 to 70% to the apex of the triangle. Okay, this is taking us to a target of about 369, right around there, right? So I actually just finished developing what could be one of the most one of two of the most important indicators that will ever come across my lap, right? So and this is actually called ARC substance. Okay, so substance actually gives us the relevant inflection point supports and resistances. Okay, so what I want to point out here is that it's very curious that Substance gave us this target right up here as the monthly support or the monthly resistance. I know, I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and develop this. I'm going to change the text on that so it shows up a little better, right? But you can see it, you can see the value here. So it's giving us 391. And we're just looking at about 366 or 369. I forgot what it was, right? So very curious that our price objective from the triangle is taking us right to the inflection point of the monthly resistance. So this is very, very, very curious. Okay, so I love that we're actually getting the forecast from this indicator. Okay, so this is absolutely good. And if you are curious, then we do have the relevant supports listed right over here. Okay, you can just go ahead and see what we're doing right now. All right, so the resistance that we faced today, of course, it was just under the resistance from, actually it was pretty much right on it, right? 3 cents away from the weekly resistance. Of course, we resisted from there. And you should know that while this indicator is active on an active trading session, all of the metrics are changing ever so slightly based on the price actions momentum, right? So very, very interesting thing there, right, for us to consider. All right, so now if we apply the 971% move to the upside, it actually takes us to a very relevant resistance level, which would be the ascending channel. Okay, this massive channel that we've been riding for quite some time, years and years, has a support of about $10, okay, or around 10.14, around there. So it's also very curious because it lines up with, I'm sorry, I actually deleted it, but it lines up with a 4-spot 618 at about $10.06. And it also lines up very close to the middle of the triangle breakout. Okay, so I absolutely love what we're looking at here. Okay, you guys. So now let's go ahead and refer to the next chart. Okay, so we talked about yesterday about the weekly time frame closing. Okay, so I think I don't remember exactly what the time frame was to close, but it may have closed today, and we're going to see the effects of it on Monday, or if not Monday close and Tuesday effects. Okay, which is what we're looking for is actually a continuation to the upside from the stochastic momentum here, and also a continuation of contraction on the weekly time frame from volatility. Okay, so if that actually does signal and suggest a continuation of that, then we are definitely looking at a macro upside here. Okay, since the 5-day, the 3-day, and the weekly would essentially be prepped for an upside continuation. Not even to mention the fact that the bi-weekly is still pivoted towards the upside, and it recently closed, right? So actually just a few days ago. All right, so it closed with an upside pivot and contracting from a critical volatility. So guys, this is multiple time frames suggesting GTII upside. All right, so, and yeah, just to remind you, the area that we're in right now, the chop zone that we're in right now, is actually a very relevant area of resistance and support throughout the entire trading history. Not entire trading history, throughout the last let's see, March 1st, 2021, we've had about 743 days now of resistance all the way across, right? So this is a very, this is an inflection point for sure, you guys. Okay, we have to watch what we're doing here. We are looking very good. I do actually see a continuation to the upside for the GTII asset, but we definitely need to validate the areas of support. Okay, so I wanna touch on another thing. Okay, this is the other indicator that I actually just finished developing, and this is called the ARC reversion variant. Okay, so reversion, why is because anytime that we have volatility at critical at 90 percentile and start the contraction phase, that usually means that we're mean reverting, okay, whether it's to the upside or downside. So please notice right here that we've actually passed the mean. This 50 percentile line right here is actually, we're actually below it now. So go ahead and notice that we're with an upside pivot, however, and notice that we're just above the mean. Okay, so I love it because it's forward. I love it because my indicator, both of the indicators are actually proving very, very accurate. Okay, so at this point, we're just surpassing that mean. We're just surpassing the mean right here, right? And we still have an upside pivot of which the 5-day closure was actually just yesterday, I believe, or the day before. So this is very important. The thing that's interesting here is that upon the completion of a 183.05% move to the upside, which by the way has an 88.89% hit rate. The strike is absolutely amazing in this, okay? It was a total 9 iterations, of which 8 were guessed correctly for the last 7 years of backtest on the I'm sorry, I have to correct this right here, but it is the 5-day on the 5-day chart, right? So this target here would essentially be, actually, let me see if I'm sorry, it's just a little bit lower. I have to make sure that this bottom side aligns with this candle right here. Okay, so continuing on to the upside, it looks like we have a target of about, let me just be as accurate as I can be there, about $3.60, $3.61, right around there. So go ahead and notice that the top side of our band is actually landing at about 329, which is very close to that 360, right? Just about 20 cents away. So this gives us a resistance range already. All right, so this is very, very curious that it would be suggesting that, okay, you guys? So I love what's happening to the GTII asset, like I said. The video is getting a bit long. Let's just go ahead and touch down on the RSI for the last part of the analysis. And notice here that the 30-minute has an upside pivot. We definitely have to use that 14-day simple as that support. We still have a little bit of an upside pivot here on the 4-hour, but you know that I don't like these little pivots. They often fail. Right, so that this essentially is telling us that we still have some validation at the current support right now. Okay, same thing with the 8-hour. Where it's starting to get very curious is this. Okay, notice on the 3-day, actually, even on the bi-daily. Let me see the bi-daily. Wow. Okay, so the 3-day and the bi-daily, we are just about to hit that bottom, which is the support touch of the 14-day simple and the gravitational zone of the bear weakness percentile before an upside, just like it did here. So notice that the daily is actually failing just a little bit from that 14-day simple moving average. What it's telling me is that we could potentially be seeing this, okay? Just a little tiny failure here, right? Like that. And then we can actually bounce to the upside. All right, so based on the higher term time frame suggestion, right? So we can actually just fail it just a little bit more, wait for the 3-day and the bi-daily to find that support, and then continue on to that upside, okay? So, of course, the 5-day actually still has this little bit of a downside pivot, but this is more consolidation than anything, okay? That's telling me that it is waiting for the shorter time frames influence, okay? So everything is still looking good, you guys. I definitely see an immediate upside, but it's going to live out pretty short. And then we're going to continue validating the same triangle, the same triangle that we've been riding right here. It's just very, very likely we're just going to continue here. Notice that the 3-day candle is going to close in 3 days, 19 hours. Okay, so it's just we're going to be chopping around here. Okay, until we decide as sentiment, as the overall psychology to take this to the upside. But everything is prepped for it. Okay, you guys. So that is going to do it for ticker symbol GTII. Please go ahead and like the video, share the video, okay? Please make sure to refer to the links in the description below if you would like to join the ARCa Bulls trading community or the Twitter. Okay, you guys. So sorry, I almost lost my breath right there. And remember to send me an email to the ArcMastersCourse at gmail.com if you would like to reserve your seat now, as there is a lot of demand for it, and you should definitely consider taking the second track, right? Because this is going to start maybe in mid-April, second to third week of April. And then, yeah, everything is good. But you guys, so yeah, I think this is a good place to leave it all off. So I wish you well, a very good night and weekend, and I will catch you at the bell on Monday. Adios.